How to Learn English. Mia felt a familiar knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. English seemed an insurmountable mountain, its grammar rules a bewildering maze, vocabulary an endless ocean. Every attempt to form a sentence felt like a colossal failure, making her shy away from any verbal interaction. She longed to speak fluently, but fear gripped her tightly, silencing her voice effectively. Her dream, however, persisted, a quiet whisper urging her forward. She envisioned herself confidently conversing with people from diverse backgrounds, understanding global news without effort, and enjoying English movies without subtitles. This vivid aspiration fueled her, despite the immense challenges and the discouraging setbacks she frequently encountered on her linguistic path. Traditional methods had left her frustrated and uninspired. Endless textbooks, rote memorization of vocabulary lists, and tedious grammar drills felt monotonous and ineffective. She struggled to connect theory with practical application, finding herself unable to articulate even basic thoughts in real-time conversations. This old way clearly wasn't working for her. Then, a revelation struck her. What if learning English didn't have to be a chore? What if it could be as engaging as her favorite hobbies? She began researching alternative approaches, seeking methods that ignited curiosity rather than stifled it. This fresh perspective marked a pivotal shift in her entire learning journey. She discovered the magic of learning English through captivating stories. Simple fables, short adventure tales, and even children's books became her new textbooks. The narrative flow helped her absorb new words and grammatical structures naturally, without the pressure of explicit memorization. Each story brought language alive for her. These narratives transformed her understanding. Instead of isolated words, she saw phrases in context, their meanings becoming clear through plot lines and character interactions. The emotional engagement within stories made retention effortless and enjoyable. She eagerly awaited her next tale, finding joy in every new discovery along the way. Through these tales, she also began to instinctively grasp how people speak English. The rhythm of dialogue, the natural pauses, and the common expressions became clearer. She noticed how conversations unfolded organically, rather than as a strict application of rules. This organic observation was truly groundbreaking for her. She started paying closer attention to how native speakers communicated in everyday life. From podcasts to YouTube videos, she observed their intonation, stress patterns, and the subtle nuances of their speech. It was fascinating to see how fluidly and effortlessly they expressed themselves in various situations. Mimicking native speakers' intonation and rhythm became a personal exercise. She would repeat sentences aloud, trying to match the exact sound and flow she heard. This practice, initially awkward, gradually helped her pronunciation and made her speech sound much more natural. It significantly boosted her confidence. Mia realized that simply understanding English wasn't enough, actively talking was paramount. The biggest hurdle was transitioning from passive knowledge to active production. She understood that mistakes were inevitable but necessary for progress. The urge to speak outweighed her lingering fear of imperfection now. The very thought of English talking practice used to send shivers down her spine. Yet, she knew it was the only way forward. She committed to seeking out opportunities, no matter how small or intimidating they initially appeared to be. Her determination was stronger than her anxiety now. Her first brave step was speaking simple phrases daily, even if just to herself. Greeting her reflection, describing her morning routine aloud, or narrating her thoughts in English became routine. This self-talk built a foundational comfort level, preparing her for external conversations with greater ease. Online forums and language exchange platforms proved invaluable. She found several groups dedicated to English learners and native speakers willing to help. The anonymity of the Internet provided a safe space to practice without immediate judgment, easing her into real-time interactions gradually and effectively. Learning how to talk to people in pairs became a cornerstone of her practice. She discovered the immense benefit of one-on-one conversations, where she could receive immediate feedback and focus entirely on her speaking skills. Pair work significantly accelerated her progress and boosted her confidence daily. She learned to set clear goals for each pair conversation. Instead of just general chatting, she'd focus on specific vocabulary, a particular grammar point, or even just maintaining a smooth flow. This intentional approach made every practice session productive and measurable, ensuring consistent improvement over time. Asking open-ended questions became a powerful tool in her pair conversations. Instead of yes/no answers, she prompted her partners to elaborate, which in turn encouraged more extensive English talking practice for both. This technique kept the dialogue flowing naturally and engagingly every single time. Active listening was equally crucial during these sessions. She didn't just wait for her turn to speak, she truly absorbed what her partner said, focusing on their message and delivery. This made her responses more relevant and demonstrated genuine engagement, enhancing the quality of her interactions significantly. Receiving constructive feedback from her partners was gold. They would gently correct her pronunciation or suggest better phrasing, helping her pinpoint areas for improvement. She learned to embrace corrections, viewing them as valuable guidance rather than criticism, making her learning process highly effective. Mia embraced crucial talking tips. One significant tip was to avoid translating in her head. Instead, she trained herself to think directly in English, connecting concepts with English words without passing through her native language first. This dramatically improved her fluency and natural conversational speed. Another vital tip: embrace errors as learning opportunities. She stopped fearing mistakes, understanding they were inevitable steps on the path to fluency. Each slip-up provided valuable insight into what she needed to work on, making her less anxious and more resilient during practice. Her mentor shared a golden rule: focus on communication, not perfection. The goal was to convey her message effectively, even if her grammar wasn't flawless. This shift in mindset liberated her, allowing her to speak more freely and spontaneously, prioritizing interaction above all else. The next challenge was learning how to talk to anyone in English, beyond her controlled practice environment. This required a bolder approach, stepping out of her comfort zone into real-world scenarios. She knew true fluency meant interacting confidently with diverse individuals. Starting conversations with strangers became less daunting. She practiced simple greetings and polite inquiries. Observing how people speak English in casual settings taught her about conversational etiquette and common icebreakers. A simple hello opened doors to unexpected and enriching exchanges constantly. Using common courtesy phrases became second nature. Expressions like "excuse me," "thank you," and "could you please repeat that" helped her navigate unfamiliar interactions smoothly. These polite tools ensured a respectful exchange, even when language barriers existed initially between them. Finding shared interests was a fantastic way to extend conversations. She'd ask about hobbies, travel, or current events, looking for common ground. This allowed discussions to flow more naturally, moving beyond basic pleasantries into more meaningful and engaging dialogues quite easily. Building confidence through small talk was surprisingly effective. Daily, brief interactions with baristas, shop assistants, or neighbors accumulated, gradually eroding her shyness. Each successful exchange, no matter how brief, added a brick to her foundation of speaking self-assurance steadily. She discovered the immense power of a genuine smile. A warm smile often conveyed friendliness and openness, encouraging others to engage with her. It transcended language barriers, making her approachable and inviting, fostering positive interactions even before words were spoken between them. Initially, she learned to listen more than speak. This allowed her to absorb the flow of conversation, gather context, and formulate her thoughts without immediate pressure. Observing other speech patterns before contributing helped her align with the natural rhythm of the dialogue effectively. Understanding different accents and speech speeds was crucial. She exposed herself to a wide variety of English media from different regions. This practice trained her ear, making her more adaptable and comfortable conversing with speakers from diverse linguistic backgrounds across the globe. Observing nonverbal cues also became part of her learning. Gestures, facial expressions, and body language often conveyed as much meaning as words. This holistic understanding of communication enriched her interactions and helped her interpret messages more accurately during conversations consistently. Expanding her vocabulary through constant immersion was key. She no longer relied solely on word lists but picked up new words organically from every English encounter. Movies, books, podcasts, and conversations became her living dictionary, continuously enriching her linguistic repertoire daily. Reading English articles and books became a daily ritual. She started with simplified readers and gradually progressed to complex novels and nonfiction. This not only expanded her vocabulary but also exposed her to diverse sentence structures and writing styles regularly. Watching English movies and TV shows, initially with subtitles then without, significantly improved her listening comprehension. She absorbed natural dialogue, slang, and cultural references, making her understanding of spoken English much deeper and more nuanced with every viewing. Singing along to English songs was a surprisingly effective way to improve pronunciation and rhythm. The melodic nature of music helped her internalize stress patterns and natural intonation effortlessly. It was a fun and enjoyable method to practice her spoken English continuously. Practicing speaking to herself in the mirror became a habit. She would hold imaginary conversations, describe objects around her, or rehearse presentations. This private practice allowed her to experiment with new phrases and build muscle memory for speaking without any external pressure. Recording her voice and listening back was a revealing exercise. She could identify areas for improvement in her pronunciation, intonation, and fluency. It was sometimes cringe-worthy but immensely helpful for self-correction, enabling precise adjustments to her spoken English. Joining an English-speaking club locally was a huge leap. Surrounded by fellow learners and supportive native speakers, she found a community that fostered growth. The shared goal of improvement created a wonderfully encouraging and non-judgmental environment for everyone present. The supportive environment of the club propelled her forward. Members encouraged each other, celebrated small victories, and offered constructive advice. This collective enthusiasm made the learning process enjoyable and sustainable, transforming her perception of English practice completely. Participating in role-playing activities within the club sharpened her conversational skills. Simulating real-life scenarios like ordering food, asking for directions, or conducting an interview prepared her for practical situations. This hands-on practice built confidence for everyday interactions naturally. Debating simple topics in English pushed her to articulate complex thoughts spontaneously. She learned to formulate arguments, express opinions, and respond to counterpoints in real time. This challenging exercise significantly enhanced her critical thinking and rapid verbal expression in English. Getting comfortable with spontaneous speech was a major breakthrough. She no longer meticulously planned every sentence, words flowed more freely and naturally. The ability to think on her feet and respond instantly marked a new level of fluency and conversational ease. She began to notice her own incredible progress over time. Words that once seemed alien now felt familiar, sentences formed effortlessly, and conversations flowed smoothly. The transformation was profound. From a hesitant beginner to a confident and articulate English speaker she had become. The joy of understanding complex ideas expressed in English was immense. She could follow intricate discussions, appreciate nuances in literature, and engage with diverse perspectives. This intellectual access was a powerful reward for all her persistent effort and dedication. Expressing nuanced thoughts effortlessly became a reality. She could articulate her feelings, opinions, and complex ideas with precision and clarity. Her English became a true extension of her mind, allowing for authentic and deep communication with anyone she encountered. Helping others on their English journey became a passion. She shared her learning strategies, encouraged hesitant beginners, and even mentored a few. This act of giving back reinforced her own learning and solidified her understanding of the language deeply. Mia realized that learning English was a continuous process, not a destination. There was always more to discover, new idioms to learn, and fresh accents to master. This ongoing journey kept her engaged and eager for further linguistic exploration constantly. She fully embraced mistakes as stepping stones, not failures. Each error was a lesson learned, a guidepost showing the way forward. This positive outlook on imperfections transformed her learning experience from stressful to empowering, fostering consistent growth naturally. The transformation from a shy, struggling learner to a confident, articulate English speaker was complete. Mia's voice, once hesitant, now resonated with clarity and self-assurance. Her initial fears had vanished, replaced by an unwavering belief in her communication abilities now. Mia's inspiring journey began to motivate many others around her. Her story of perseverance and success demonstrated that English fluency was achievable for anyone willing to put in consistent effort. She became a beacon of hope for aspiring language learners everywhere. English truly opened up new worlds for her. She could travel fearlessly, connecting with locals and experiencing cultures in profound ways. No longer limited by language barriers, her adventures became richer, more authentic, and deeply memorable experiences. New friendships blossomed globally, thanks to her English skills. She connected with people from every continent, sharing stories, laughter, and ideas. Her social circle expanded exponentially, enriching her life with diverse perspectives and enduring international bonds. Her voice, once silent and filled with apprehension, now resonated with confidence and clarity. The journey had been long, challenging, but ultimately incredibly rewarding. She had not only learned a language but also discovered a new, more confident version of herself. The ultimate reward was not just speaking English, but the personal growth it fostered. Mia became more adaptable, open-minded, and resilient. English was merely the vehicle for a profound inner transformation, unlocking her true potential and spirit beautifully. She continued her practice, knowing that consistency was paramount. Daily exposure to English, whether through reading, listening, or speaking, ensured her skills remained sharp and continuously improved. It was a lifestyle choice, not just a temporary learning phase for her. Mia often reflected on her initial struggles, marveling at how far she had come. The mountain once insurmountable was now a familiar landscape she navigated with ease. Her journey proved that dedication, combined with effective strategies, leads to remarkable success. Her advice to new learners was simple: start today, be consistent, and embrace every opportunity to speak. Don't fear mistakes, they are your greatest teachers. Find joy in the process, and fluency will naturally follow with persistent effort over time. Learning English transformed Mia's life completely, far beyond mere communication. It empowered her, connected her to a global community, and unleashed her potential. Her story stands as a testament to the incredible power of language and human perseverance always.